Hi everybody, it's Raquel from Live Well by Raquel, and I am going to show you how to make my famous meatloaf. But as I have mentioned before, I love to cook Wednesdays in my home for my family, and I send out a text message around midday and I let them know what we're eating, and I think, you know what, it's just some hope or some excitement through the day to know that you're coming home to a lovely home cooked meal made with love. And so today I sent out my text message to the kids and just said, tonight we're having meatloaf and mashed potato, creamy mashed potato, green beans, and I've made them jelly and custard for dessert. Hilarious, like they're adults, but I still like to make them a little bit of a dessert. So just have my cup of tea. Don't you love my mug? Thanks, Jodie Bruce Clark. I love this mug so much. All right. And funny, right? Like, I hope I find some people like me who find watching someone else cooking quite relaxing. Like, I love it. I actually go to bed at night and I watch cooking shows because I just find them so relaxing. And sometimes it's just cooking the most simplest thing, but through the simple things, I find tricks and quicker ways or ideas that spur me to make some things at home. So I'm hoping that I do the same for you. Now, this recipe is on my website, which is Live Well by Raquel, and it's such a great recipe. It's so easy, and you're about to see how carefree I am about cooking this. And there usually is no leftovers, but if there is, great for the next day to have in the fridge for someone to heat up or take for lunch or whatever it may be. So all I've done in this bowl is I've put some pork mince. I like pork mince. It's flavoursome, it's a little bit more fattier than beef, and I like that because it's good animal fat. And remember, good animal fat is good for our hair, for our skin, for our brain, for all of it. We need good animal fat, especially us women in our 50s, for our muscles. So all I've done is I've put 1.5 kilos. So when I cook at home, I have forgotten how to cook small. So at work, I'm cooking an abundance of food, but here at home, I forget to cook small. But I'm glad of that because you know what, it always gets eaten. So I put 1.5 kilos of pork mince. I have just rustically chopped my onions and my garlic. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, I'm just gonna mix that through with my hands, like that. Let's quickly wash. Very, very simple. So all I'm gonna do is add I've got some Italian herbs. Now I like to put enough so that I can coat the top of that meat. That's how I measure it. And breadcrumbs. So they ask, well, the recipe does ask for breadcrumbs, but you don't need to be going buying breadcrumbs. You don't need to be blending your breadcrumbs for this dish because it sort of all just comes together anyway. So the reason why we've got some breadcrumbs in here is because it's a meatloaf and we want it to stick together. Otherwise it's going to look like a flat slob of mince. So this is gluten-free bread that I found, and it doesn't need to be stale, it doesn't need to be fresh, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Just grab, I've got 3 slices, and I just did a slice per 500 grams. So if that makes sense, I've got 1.5 kilos in here. So yeah, a slice per 500 grams. I've just ripped that up like that. Then I have 2 free-range eggs, like that. I found some bacon in my fridge, so I'm just going to throw that in as well. Oh, I need a spoon. I love mustard in cooking. So mustard just gives it that little tang. You know, it's not the hero of the dish, but it just gives it a little bit of flavour that, I don't know, yum. Now, tomato sauce. Put some tomato sauce in there. Delicious. And then Himalayan salt and some cracked pepper. So basically that is what your bowl looks like. And then we're gonna get in and we're just gonna, it just relaxes me. I just love it. Playing with food, Oh my gosh, it's so good. And you can see all those ingredients are combining. Now you want to make sure that the egg is right through the mixture. The breadcrumbs are right through the mixture. The sauce. It smells fantastic. Okay, so that is all mixed and ready to go. Hi Kai, I'm just filming. Come and say hello. Just quickly say hello. One little hello. Great. Okay, so the way I open up a jar is like this. Pops it open. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the base of this dish. I'm going to swirl it around like that. And then I'm going to get the meatloaf. Oh, and I'm going to build my meatloaf in this dish. Can you see that? Okay. So, you just bring it together like this. You make sure it's packed in tight, because if it's not packed in tight, it won't slice. So see how I'm rubbing that? One big fat sausage. Yes, you can smell that, Otis. Come here, look, smell. Come here. So, I have made my meatloaf, which is amazing. I have a little bit of mixture left, and I'll just make a tiny one on the side. And then I'm going to pour the passata all over the top. And because I love herbs so much, I'm going to pop my herbs on top like that. And I want to show you how amazing that looks. So I'm going to put this in the oven now, 180, and I'm not going to cover it. I'm just going to let it cook for it's going to be for about an hour. So this is something that you can make if you're at home for the afternoon and just leave it in the oven. So yeah, we'll leave it in there for an hour and we'll check it out soon. All right, I'm halfway through my cooking now, and you can see how beautiful this meatloaf is. And what makes it even more flavoursome is to add some gravy to it midway of cooking. So all I've got is some gravy powder, gluten-free gravy powder in a jar, and I'm just going to pop in some boiling water. Not a lot, because I want this gravy mixture to be quite thick, because I want it to sit on top of the tomato and become like so how easy. I do make gravy from scratch. I'm doing a baked dinner. I like to use the juices of the meat with some flour, but in this case it's just easy. Grab some gravy mix, add some hot water, and just make sure that all the nuts are out. That's beautiful. Now I'm pour it on. Oh my gosh. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. You'll see what I mean. It's a glaze. Have a look. So now there's that brown glaze on top. So let's pop it back in the oven for another maybe 20 minutes, and then we'll check it out. All right, it's ready and it's beautiful. Let me show you how amazing this is. Can you see it? Oh, it's so good. So I am going to serve a little bit of gravy on the side, just extra gravy, although there's quite enough sauce in there. I have also cooked up this pot of just greens, some beans, some peas, some onions, bit of salt, bit of olive oil, that's all you need. And I've got my mashed potato cooking, and we all know how to make mashed potato. So I'm going to serve that to the table, and that is dinner done. Enjoy.